You have been cheated and lied to.
I knew it.
All right, welcome back to another School Principal Reacts. My name is Brandon, in case you're new to the channel, and I'm a school principal from the U.S. state of Georgia. I'm taking a look once again at an episode of SpongeBob SquarePants. This one, as usual, comes directly from you all's recommendations. It's called Squid On Strike, and I see in this random still frame that I picked out SpongeBob and Squidward are here at the Krusty Krab in their little uniform, and I'm guessing that Squidward is going to get upset by something and go on strike. I have seen him quit before. I believe, I forgot the name of the episode, but it's the one where SpongeBob kind of takes him in and then gets fed up with him because he's so needy. And it's Can You Spare a Dime is the one that I'm thinking about. Check out my reaction to it if you haven't yet seen it on this channel. But I'm going to go ahead and get into this one. I can't wait to see what he strikes about and how it eventually gets resolved and what Mr. Krabs has to say about it. Mr. Krabs has a history of helping to solve SpongeBob's problems, but only so that he will continue to work, so that he will continue to make money, because that's his goal in life. But I can't wait to get into this one. If you're not a subscriber to the channel, go ahead and click the button below to become one. But without further ado, let's get into it. I haven't heard this intro music before.
Count me money.
Count his money.
Sweeter than honey. Money, money, this money, money. That profit will make me wallet fat. What? Profit's down $3 from last month. I gotta start running a tighter ship around here.
$3 a month? That's like practically no difference if he's making like hundreds of dollars or thousands all the time, every day, and he's worried about $3 in a month. That's kind of crazy, but I wonder what he's going to do here.
Thank you for choosing the Krusty Krab. Here's your change.
Mr. Squidward!
Wow.
What's with all this change nonsense?
Over and under, grabbing
Tying his
and
tie.
punching.
You know, I've never seen SpongeBob tie his tie. In fact, I have seen his closet. I remember, I think it was in the recent episode I watched called, it was the scary one, Scaredy Pants, I believe. You can see in his closet, and he's got just rows of pants and shirts, and they're already tied up. I've never seen him actually move his tie around. That's kind of funny.
To here, up and around the horn.
How you do it.
Back home.
Yep, I'm wearing my tie, and that is exactly how you tie the half Windsor knot, I think it's called. Good job, SpongeBob.
SpongeBob, I ain't paying you to play dress up. Breathe on your own time. I don't...
Breathing, which is interesting, again, because of the whole SpongeBob physics issue, which I've stopped asking those kind of questions about breathing underwater and seeing the breath come out and there's no bubbles, but whatever.
pay you to breathe.
You hardly pay us at all.
Uh-oh.
That
Doesn't
reminds
sound
me.
good.
I got something for you.
Ah, yes, our meager restitution.
Okay.
The sweets.
I'm guessing it's not going to be what he thinks it is. Either the pay is much lower than it normally is, or it's like an IOU or something else. I mean, he's going to get mad and go on strike, but let's see.
Smell of payday. Huh?
Oh, sorry. That's me dry cleaning.
That's not what I was expecting here, but I'm guessing he's going to give him the real envelope now.
Here's your check. And
Okay.
here's yours, SpongeBob.
I can't accept your money.
So SpongeBob, I don't know why. Like, I remember even in the first episode, Help Wanted, check out my reaction to it if you haven't yet seen it, but he's like so dedicated. Like it's almost like his life's dream for whatever reason is to work at the Krusty Krab, and he doesn't even do it for the money. He just wants to work there for whatever reason. So he's like, I can't accept this, even though I've seen several situations where SpongeBob is like flush with cash. Like he bought an entire car with cash in I think it's called Happy Drive or Drive Happy, where he just pulls it out of his pocket and buys the entire car in cash. And I've seen, I think the one Chocolate with Nuts, he has quite a bit of money to buy the chocolate, and now he's like turning down a paycheck. It's like, okay.
Mr. Krabs, grilling is my passion.
What is this? You're making me pay you.
This is a bill. It's not even a paycheck. He's billing him, or maybe he's taking it out of his paycheck He's charging him $1 for breathing, $5 for talking, $10 for standing. I thought standing was a requirement in most jobs. Like they don't want you to sit, they want you on your feet, but he's charging him $10 for standing. He's charging him $2 for existing. That's sort of problematic. I think existing is probably a prerequisite to working at the Krusty Krab. I don't know if you could not exist but work there. Lollygagging, okay, well, I get that. Lollygagging is basically slang for slacking off, not doing your job. Chewing, okay. Chewing, I'm not sure. But all these are really far-fetched, except for maybe the lollygagging. I'm taking it out of his check. Existing, I think existing is probably necessary to work there, but this is really crazy. I'm guessing there's no Department of Labor or wage enforcement in Bikini Bottom, but let's see how he reacts to this here.
To stand at the cash register? What is the meaning of this? Have you gone off the deep end?
Yeah.
There's gonna be a few changes around here. Every time I catch you two goofing off.
Yeah, but it wasn't goofing off, except for the $2 for lollygagging. It was standing and existing and breathing. That's a little crazy. It's a lot crazy. But let's see. Is he going to go on strike now?
I'm gonna charge you for it.
18, 19, and 20. Here you go, Mr. K. I think this should cover all my nonsense. Oh, and here's an extra 50 cents for when I was tying my shoe.
SpongeBob.
He's like panting over this money. Mr. Krabs. All three of these people have some issues, really.
What do you think you're doing?
I'm just giving Mr. Krabs the money I owe him.
Well, I am not paying that cheapskate Krabs 1 cent, and I suggest you do the same.
Why?
We've got to unite as workers and demand
Labor union. Here we go.
the respect we deserve from the boss. In fact, you and I should go
Love the
on
music.
strike.
Wow, you and me go on strike?
Sure, after all.
Poor SpongeBob, always getting taken advantage of. So Mr. Krabs, I've seen him take advantage of SpongeBob so many times, and he, encourages him and hypes him up really just to use him. And here Squidward's doing the same thing. The only reason SpongeBob is attracted to this idea of going on strike, which is really goes against everything he stands for, loving the Krusty Krab so much. But when he says, you and I can do it together, that's when he kind of perks up. This is really bad. Everybody sort of just uses SpongeBob. I don't like this at all, but let's see what happens.
Oh, you like your job, right?
Right.
And you want to keep working here, right?
Right.
And while you work here, you expect to be treated fairly, right?
Right.
Then let's go on strike.
Yay, a strike! Going on strike. We're going on strike.
I don't think SpongeBob really understands what going on strike means, though. It means not working and trying to hurt the Krusty Krab in a way that will pressure them into giving him what he wants. Granted, Mr. Krabs was being really crazy, but I don't think SpongeBob here is really understanding what is being asked of him, but maybe he will see once they start actually not working. Let's see what happens next.
I still don't know what strike means.
There you go. The next word out of his mouth. And that's why I love this. This happens sometimes where I'll say something and then immediately the characters say it. I have never seen these episodes before. And so sometimes this happens. Yeah, he doesn't understand what he's about to do. And I'm wondering if he's actually going to strike once he figures out what that really means. But let's find out.
But we're going on a strike.
Yeah.
Hey, guess what, Mr. Krabs? Me and Squidward are gonna go on strike.
A strike?
Yeah.
You mean you're gonna make picket signs?
Yeah.
And you're gonna make protest speeches?
Yeah.
And when he mentions not working, he might have a problem with this. Let's see.
And you're gonna demand me respect?
Yeah. No. No, Squidward.
Yeah, now he figured it out. But can't SpongeBob just say, oh, I'm not going on strike anymore. I'll get back to work right away? He could. Mr. Krabs, I don't think, is forcing him not to work. I mean, they decided to go on strike. I wonder if he'll cross the picket line, if you will. Let's see.
You didn't tell me I was gonna get fired.
Oh,
Without
fired.
the Krusty Krab, oh, Squidward.
Squidward messed him up.
I think I put him it.
SpongeBob. Newsflash, SpongeBob. I got fired too.
Yeah, but why would he fire them? That I don't understand, unless they just made him mad. I don't know. SpongeBob, I would think, would want to go back to work and would say, please, I'll go back to work, and then they'd work something out. But I guess the plot line of this episode couldn't continue if that were the case. This looks really weird with SpongeBob's face off, but let's see how they deal with this.
This is exactly why we need to go on strike. He can't treat us
That's kind of problematic.
like this anymore. He owes us for all the precious, irretrievable moments we've wasted in this trash heap.
Okay.
Soon he'll realize he needs us more than we need him.
Yeah, he's kind of right about that. I don't agree with a lot of the stuff that Squidward is doing here, especially manipulating SpongeBob, but he is right. I mean, Mr. Krabs does kind of need them. I'm wondering if he can get anybody else to work there and put up with his nonsense. I've not seen another cook that's as good as SpongeBob is, and that's been proven time and time again in all the other episodes where SpongeBob can't work or he has some problem that he's dealing with, and Mr. Krabs usually goes to some great lengths and some really shady lengths sometimes to fix whatever the problem is. But let's see what happens.
We are workers united.
Two of them.
Sorry.
They're united.
Just do exactly as I say, SpongeBob, and in no time, you will have your job back and more.
Maybe.
And more?
All right,
Yeah, I'm like, what kind of more is he expecting here? I don't know.
now listen up. I'm going to have to teach you how to strike. First,
Okay.
we must get rid of our uniforms. They
Okay.
are a symbol of our oppression. I want you to throw your hat on the
He's gonna
ground
have he's gonna have a problem with this. He's not gonna want to do it. He doesn't want to disrespect the Krusty Krab because he loves it so much. But let's see.
so. Now, stomp it into the dust.
Mm.
Your turn, SpongeBob.
He doesn't want to do it.
That's the idea. Now, throw it on the ground.
He can't do it. Or SpongeBob.
Do it, Squidward. This hat is my friend.
Yeah, he loves it. He loves the Krusty Krab. And this is probably the thing that I dislike most about the whole SpongeBob SquarePants series. And I know, it's part of the plot here and there, but people use SpongeBob. I really don't like it. Now, in later seasons, he becomes really more of a menace and bothers the other residents of Bikini Bottom much more than they bother him. But in the early episodes especially, he's very sweet. He's very conscientious. Always wants to do the right thing, and he loves the Krusty Krab. And I've seen both Mr. Krabs and Squidward and others sort of manipulate and use him for their own schemes, and that's what Squidward is doing here. He's really twisting up SpongeBob's desires. Hopefully it won't get too bad here.
Ever oppressed me?
SpongeBob, you're pathetic. Look,
Mm.
I threw my head on the ground.
Aha, a confession.
I did not see that coming. So he just comes up right behind him. Oh, a confession, like for littering. That's pretty good. One of my favorite lines in the whole series, it comes from one of these police officers that just have this attitude. The Bikini Bottom police are really, really wild in some episodes. And I think it was Ditchin', the episode Ditchin', where they're cutting class from the boating school. And this guy is playing volleyball and he gets caught by the police. And he has these gummy fish in his pocket. And the police officer says, "Is this how you have fun? By eating your own kind?" Like in this same kind of voice. It's just hilarious, the things that some of these Bikini Bottom police do.
Next time, think before you litter.
A confession.
Okay, pay attention, SpongeBob. Now we're gonna make
Okay.
picket signs. This is a
Probably
very
into this
important part of striking.
Like this, Squidward?
Not a picket fence, you ding dong.
A picket sign. Technically, that is a picket sign, a picket fence sign. That's probably not what Squidward had in mind, though.
Picket sign.
How's this?
No.
A pick it sign, which was a sign of someone picking their nose, which is really disgusting, but a pick it sign nonetheless, I guess.
This is a picket sign.
Mhm.
Krusty Krab unfair. Short, sweet, and to the point.
How
Yep.
about this, Squidward?
SpongeBob, it's
Funfair.
unfair, not fun fair.
A fun fair? Where? I could go for some fun.
At the Krusty Krab!
Oh, So instead of hurting the Krusty Krab, he's going to get him a bunch of customers. That's pretty funny. But who's cooking the burgers and who's serving the customers? That's what I want to know.
Hey, everybody, let's go to the fun fair.
Oh, boy.
Krusty Krab is on
Who's
deck.
cooking the burgers?
Mr. Krabs is in there, standing at the concession, plotting his oppression.
What the heck does that mean?
I don't know. Squidward told me to yell it at people.
Then you must be SpongeBob SquarePants.
Okay.
Yes?
Dude, you are like a fry cook legend.
Yeah, he is a fry cook legend. I'm wondering what's going to come from this.
Will you sign my spatula?
Anything for an aspiring fry cook. So, did you come down to help out the cause?
No, I came to take your job.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because he's got to hire someone, and now look at his face. Which, yeah, he's probably going to have some sort of breakdown here. Ooh, someone taking his job. Again, I don't think SpongeBob really fully understood what going on strike meant when he agreed. He's just kind of having fun and, you know, being with Squidward, but now it's sinking in. I'm wondering how this is going to resolve itself here.
Hey, thanks, dude.
Attention, SpongeBob! You are a terrible striker! You just let your replacement cross our picket line without so much as a single threat.
What's he supposed to do? A threat. I'm like, what's he supposed to do? Yeah, you can't threaten people. Squidward, goodness. I'm not happy with Squidward here.
I'm sorry, Squidward. How about I try the signs again?
I love the Krusty Krab.
I got something for you to do. Go stand over there.
Like this, Squidward?
Almost. A little more to the right. And perfect. Attention, people of Bikini Bottom. You have been cheated and lied to.
I knew it.
That's pretty funny. You got to admit, whoever wrote this episode did a good job because it's just like random surprises. It reminds me of, oh man, what was it? Oh, it was Fear of a Krabby Patty, which has been one of my favorite episodes because it just made me laugh a whole lot more than some of the other ones. Hilarious. Check out my reaction to it if you haven't seen it yet. But there's this one scene where SpongeBob is losing it because he's been working for so long. He thinks everyone is a Krabby Patty and he's running around just looking at everybody, screaming. And then he runs up to this couple that's just like that, this older couple, and goes, he screams. And then the lady, it may even be the same characters. I kind of doubt it though. But the lady looks at the older man and says, I told you that shirt was ugly or something like that. And he says here, you've been cheated and lied to. And the lady slaps the man's like, as if to say that man has lied to me. That's just hilarious.
Mental laborer shall no longer suffer from the noxious greed of Mr. Krabs.
Hey, what's that guy talking about?
I don't know, but he's got a megaphone.
We will dismantle oppression.
And that is what happens sometimes. If someone just starts talking, it will build a crowd. And half the time people will walk up just because there's a crowd. They won't even really know what the person is saying, but they want to hear it. And so they just gather up and start trying to listen and may not be aware of what the person is actually saying. That does happen in real life.
Board by board, we'll saw the foundation of big business in half, even if it takes an eternity.
Gee, I don't know what Squidward's talking about, but he sure sounds convincing.
With your support, we will send the hammer of the people's will crashing through the windows of Mr. Krabs' house of servitude.
Okay.
Wow, all this supporting is making me hungry.
Hey, everybody, let's go get a Krabby Patty.
That's pretty funny. They're getting all riled up, and I'm like, okay, he's getting them on their side, but they're like, all this supporting is making me hungry. Let's buy a burger. It's so funny, like trying to bring the Krusty Krab down. Everything they're doing is like getting them more customers. That's pretty funny.
Nobody gives a care about the fate of labor as long as they can get their instant gratification.
That was a great speech, Squidward. You practically had them eating out of your hands.
But they didn't, did they, Mr. Squidward? Because they were too busy eating out of mine. I wish you two had gone on strike earlier. Thanks for attracting.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's like they're having more customers than normal, but I'm wondering I guess that kid was cooking the burgers. I wonder how that's going, though.
All all these paying customers with all your signage and your sloganeering.
All right,
Sloganeering.
Mr. Krabs, you've gone too far this time. You can pick on me, but Squidward is a great leader. We are workers united. We're tired of your smelly greed, and we're gonna saw your tables, and we're gonna smash stuff with the people's hands.
Oh, okay. We're getting violent here. I'm not sure if he's speaking metaphorically or what, but let's see.
And we're gonna, Squidward, what was that other part?
Dismantle your oppressive establishment.
That too. And me and Squidward are gonna stay on strike until we get what we deserve, even if it takes forever! 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 Forever!
On strike with SpongeBob forever?
That's what he said, though, isn't it? He said in his own speech, even if it takes an eternity. Yeah. And it's so funny. Is he going to end the strike just to get away from SpongeBob, or at least not be with him in this manner? That's pretty funny.
Hey, Squidward, I bet old man Krabs is gonna break any day. Squidward, yeah, Squidward, yeah, Squidward, yeah, Squidward.
Look, I gotta beg Mr. Krabs for my job back and put an end to this nightmare.
Okay. See, he was about to come to Squidward and try and make a deal, because I'm like, I know that it may seem like everything's going his way, but he kind of does sort of need them, especially SpongeBob, probably more than he needs Squidward, because Squidward hates his job and all he does is take the orders. He doesn't actually cook. But let's see what happens between these two here.
Evening, Mr. Squidward. I was just in the neighborhood, and I thought I'd drop by to beg you to come back to work. The Krusty Krab is a rag. I'm ruined without you and the little yellow guy. The teenagers I hired is ruining the place.
I was about to say, they probably are not doing quite such a good job as SpongeBob. I don't know about Squidward again, or who's doing his job, but yeah, SpongeBob is good. You can't get much better than him. Let's see what happens.
And the worst part is, they won't leave me alone.
All right, Mr. Krabs.
See what I mean? Squidward, please, you gotta come back.
You'll give us anything we want?
Yes, anything.
Oh,
So what do you say, Mr. Squidward?
what's he gonna want?
Your story breaks my heart, Mr. Krabs. Why don't we take a little walk and discuss my terms?
I got a bad feeling in the pit of me. What?
And if he had waited like a minute, he could have gotten anything he wanted from Squidward. Yeah, that's pretty funny and good timing for Squidward.
Gee, being on strike with Squidward sure is a kick. Squidward's words are still buzzing around in my head like an angry jellyfish. Squidward was right. I can't just sit here. It's time for action.
Uh-oh. So SpongeBob is going to bust up the joint, and then after that, Squidward and Mr. Krabs are going to work everything out, but they're going to come back and see the place demolished. I don't feel good about this here.
I will restore the working man to his rightful glory. I will dismantle this oppressive establishment board by board. I will saw the tables of tyranny in half. Gnaw at the ankles of big business. Squidward will be so proud.
Oh, no, he won't.
Those were intense negotiations.
I'm glad you saw it our way, Mr. Krabs.
Now I can fire them teenagers and get me 2 golden boys back.
Uh-oh.
See it work.
SpongeBob.
Yeah, see, now whatever terms he's worked out are probably going to be undone by all this damage here.
Have you done?
I did exactly as you said, Squidward. I dismantled the establishment. Now we'll get our job back for sure.
Oh, man. Oh, boy.
Squidward!
That's a little strange, but I understand that he would have an intense reaction to this.
SpongeBob!
Oh, boy.
Yes, Mr. Krabs. Here it comes.
In order to pay off these damages, you two are gonna work for me
Pretty much forever.
Yahoo!
Which is exactly what SpongeBob wants. Not so much Squidward, but SpongeBob certainly.
Ooh, the strike worked, Squidward. We got our jobs back.
Oh,
Forever!
man.
Forever! Forever! Forever!
One eternity later.
Oh, yeah, that's sort of interesting. Didn't expect it to go here, but yeah, he did say forever. All right, well, that's the episode. That one was really funny. I do enjoy most of these episodes, but there are a few of them that really just make me laugh a lot. This was certainly one of them, so thank you for that recommendation. Do keep them coming. I do plan to continue to react to the SpongeBob episodes really just as long as you all want me to, and then eventually I will switch to some other content, but as long as you all are still enjoying it, I'll keep on doing it. So keep those coming if you'd like me to continue, and I'll see you on the next video right here on School Principal Reacts. Thanks for watching.